Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. In this video I'm going to be sharing with you my first grade curriculum. You're going to get ideas for children 5, 6, possibly 7. This particular child is 5 years old working at a first grade level. So you're going to get some ideas. So I'm going to share with you what I use for reading, writing, and math. I also have some fun subjects such as logic and art. And then I'm going to share with you how I do science, history, a little bit of geography through read alouds. So I'm going to go ahead and get the camera a little closer so that you can take a look inside of the curriculum. Okay, so here we are. I wanted to bring you a little closer so that you can see a look inside of the curriculum. I have reading, writing, and math. The reading portion has language arts in it. And so let me take you a little closer. Let's start with the reading. So this is elemental phonics. I've made a video of this program. Gabriella's working through level 3 and is going to take the child through the 44 phonograms of the English language. This is the last book. So when she finishes this book, she should be able to pick up any book and read it because she's been introduced through the 44 phonograms. Now, here we have a progression chart. So she gets a sticker for each of the lessons. It's motivating. I can take more than one day on a lesson if I need to, but the lessons are short. And so now that she's on level 3, she's working through those irregular sounds in level 3. So she's already has a good foundation in reading. But I want her reading every single day. Books from the library. We go to the library every single week and we get books for the kids according to their reading level. I will also have her read the Bob's book. So I have set 4. These are complex words. And I also have set 5 for the long vowels. Since we're working the long vowels in this phonics, elemental phonics level 3, she's going to be working through those. So let me show you what else I have for this portion. We have also the 41 most high frequency words for first grade. So memorizing the most common high frequency words helps children become fluent and fast readers. You don't want to introduce the high frequency words before they can read or before they have a good foundation in phonics. But this program is neat because it has from preschool all the way to 3rd grade. So it has 5 words a week. Let me show you. It has 5 words a week. So this program is only going to be for 8 weeks. And they focus on those 5 words. By the end, they're going to have mastered the first grade list. They get 5 words a week. And then there's activities for those 5 words where they're using the 5 words, they're finding the 5 words, or even writing the 5 words, just different activities with those same 5 words. And I like to create flashcards. So every week we review the week prior with our flashcards. So that is the high frequency words. I will be linking all of these below. I also have Explode the Code. My kids love it. And this is for phonics mastery. My kids love Explode the Code. They're able to do it pretty much independently for the most part. But they find it to be a fun and easy, quick book to do. And it really helps to solidify phonics concepts. Then we also have Abeka for language. And this is going to focus on grammar, creative writing, and reading comprehension. If y'all don't know, I love Abeka. Abeka is such a solid, just great Christian curriculum. And I'm using them this year for language. And so I think it's fun, it's colorful, is going to grab the attention and is going to teach a lot of those basic concepts that we want them learning for language. So that is what we have for reading and for language arts. I do want to mention that I have one other thing for language arts. I have this literacy binder. It's like a language arts binder. And it's going to focus on some of those basics for children, like rhyming, alphabet order, building sentences, and it's all interactive, it's all Velcroed. ABC order, lots of things. It has syllables, it has learning pronouns, learning possessive nouns, learning what's a noun and what's a verb, sorts, singular and plural, antonyms, and it goes on and on. It's a great just introduction to language arts, and I highly recommend it. So let's move on now to writing. So for writing, we are working with this elementary writing level 1. This is copybook dictation and make your own sentences. And so the child is going to get, first it's going to start off with just copying these words over. And these are just different words that they're doing. And then they're going to move on to putting sentences in order. So these sentences are out of order. They have to put the sentence in order. Like hen the ran, it would be the hen ran, and they're practicing writing like that, putting sentences together. Then as they move on, they're going to be working on copy work. There's lots of copy work in here as well. And then there's also dictation. So you get a list of different sentences, and the child is going to go ahead and write those sentences down phonetically, and they're going to draw a picture. So this book is really going to focus again on what it says here, copywork, dictation, and making your own sentences. And she's moved on from the kindergarten one last year, and there she was able to write her own sentence. She started off easy with CVC words. These were simple words that she was copying over. And then she was able to really get to writing her own sentences at the end, which was wonderful. And that is what is the continuation of this book. This is the continuation of it, which is elementary writing level 1. Then we're using handwriting without tears. I love their Magic C concept, and you know, it's just a great way to learn writing, and it's a simple little book. And she's going to love it. But this is not the only thing that we use for writing. This is just for printing practice. So really focus on those letter formations, which is what I love about handwriting without tears, so that children don't get into the wrong habits with forming their letters. And I just love it. So let's move on now to what else we're using. So our kids always use a notebook, and in our notebook we do different things. So in the notebook I have this draw right now. She's going to be copying these and drawing. We're not doing these every day, but maybe twice a week she'll pick one that she loves, and she'll write it, copy it in her notebook, and then try to do the drawing. This is draw right now. I really love draw right now. I also in here will do dictation and copy work. Dictation of words that I want her to write down or sentences. I will also have her copy scripture, poetry, songs. I really believe in the value of having children write every single day in a journal. As the kids start getting older, I start having them do their own writing prompts, which I might get to the point where in the middle of the year, this child is working on some basic writing prompts as well in her journal. And I will be making a more in-depth video of our writing routines. Let's work on math now. Let's look at math. We are using Saxon Math. Saxon is a solid math curriculum. This is level 1, and she's going to be working through this. This is the meeting book. And then I'm also having her and her brother work on this financial literacy lessons and activities. This is just going to be fun activities that I'm going to pull maybe twice a week, where they're learning. And let me show you what they're learning here. They have shopping and clothes, fundraising, saving money, using banks, paying bills, using credit cards, earning money, buying groceries. There's so much. There's just so much in here. I'm going to just be pulling a little bit at a time. She's going to be using it with her brother. And it's just a great activity just for that financial literacy. All right, so now let's move on to other subjects in which I'm just reading aloud. So here we have elementary geography, Charlotte Mason. And this has 40 lessons in it. I'm shooting to just do 20 this year, just half of the book. And it's just reading a little bit at a time where they're learning geography. And it's very simple and gentle. And I'm going to be reading this to her and my son, who is 7. So they're 5 and 7. And these are some of their read alouds. So elementary geography, we have Our America 2. I'm using level 2 because I have my son who's a little older, and I'm trying to find something in between that I could just read to both of them. So this is just a history reader. This is a history geography reader by Abeka. And I'm just going to be reading it. There's some questions at the end. Anything that I need to make copies of, I will. But it's just me reading about our country, our songs, important people that have done important works in our country. And I think it's a great reader. I'm also working through the health, safety, and manners, and also it's also by Rebecca, and I have level 2. But if you have a first grader, you might want to get level 1. I just using level 2 because I'm using it with our son together with her, so I wanted to find an in-between book. So again, this is going to focus on those hygiene, on health, on also on manners and different things like that. It's just a reader. I'm going to be reading a little bit at a time. Let me show you now for science, we are studying the Earth this year with the littles. So this is just a DK First Earth Encyclopedia. So I'm just going to be reading a little bit at a time from here this year. And it's really, this is what science has always been about. It's pretty conversational. And I'm going to just read a little bit at a time. I love the illustrations. They're going to love it. And if I find a worksheet online that can go along with this, I will pull it out, or a coloring sheet or an activity on the internet. But mainly it's just me reading to them and bringing learning alive. And that's what we're doing for science this year, the First Earth Encyclopedia. So that is science, history, and geography. Now let's move on. I have some other fun things. This is the Osborne step-by-step drawing book, so that she can learn a little bit of drawing. And this is also going to help go along with the Draw Right Now curriculum, because she's also learning how to draw there. But this is going step by step on how to draw these different things. And then they have a little keepsake of all their drawings. So I think it's great. And this is by Osborne. Then I also have brain games and activities for ages 4 to 5. And this is going to be another fun book where she's just going to be working on her critical thinking, logic, skills. It's not something we're probably going to do every day, but we'll do it a few times a week. And it's fun. It's just fun. There's coloring, there's activities, there's mazes. This is brain games, and this is by Even More. Okay? And then let me see what else I have here that I haven't shown you. Oh, I have the Spanish learning folder. All of my kids go through this little binder. So all of my kids are learning Spanish, but I like to go through the basics of Spanish. So we go over the alphabet in Spanish. We go over the different sounds. If they're learning how to read, we also have a reading book in Spanish as well that I'll link below. We work on numbers, all the basic things, numbers 1 through 30, body parts, pets, clothing, family, days of the week, just all the basics for Spanish that they're learning here. These are verbs, so they're going to be focusing on verbs. Then we have thematic things like the beach, the farm, the forest, just different animals, foods. There's so much in this book. They're going to learn so much Spanish just by, and I will take a while. I could take a while on each page, and this can continue to the next year, but it just has all of the basics for Spanish. So that is our Spanish learning folder, and I'll link all of these below. So that is what we have for our first grader this year. All right, so there you got it. Those are our first grade curriculum choices for this year. If you would like to see where those curriculums can be located, where you can find them, I'm going to link everything below by links, by subjects in the description of the video, or you can find it in the comments as well, so that you can find it easily if there's something that you would like. In the next video, I'm going to focus on 2nd to 3rd grade levels, so don't miss that video. And then if you want to dive deep into like homeschooling or like homemaking or routines, meal planning, all of that, that would be my private membership community, Bloom Sisters. That is the community where I kind of dive deep, and I share a lot more of what I do in my home with every child and everything like that. So I'll link the private community below as well. I hope you all have enjoyed the video, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye-bye.